Sam, and welcome back to Flipper Flicks, a weekly podcast where we tell you what movies you should be flipping on. These are my co-hosts, Adam.
Tim.
No, I'm not saying my name yet. Tim goes next.
I'm Tim.
That's Tim. I'm Adam. That's Sam.
I already introduced myself.
Well, I know, but I wanted to introduce you again.
Double introduction.
Wait,
so then the only person we didn't introduce twice is Tim, so that's Tim again.
Yeah, I'm Tim.
Bigfoot.
We can't keep that going forever.
It's gonna go on forever. All right. So this week on Flipper Flicks, which you can find us on
Twitter or Instagram with @FlipperFlicks.
Yeah, we're super fancy, being on 2 social media platforms.
Well, do you want to tell them what category you got?
Oh, last week I got Tim, go. What did I get?
Yep. I can't remember what it was.
Streaming originals. That was right, Tim. Streaming originals.
I thought so. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. Streaming original.
Woo! Streaming originals. Okay. So with that,
wait, I'm dumb. What's a streaming original?
Oh no, Sam's dumb again.
Oh no, Sam forgot.
Got hit by the dumb stick.
Shots fired.
I know, right? Anyways, so what a streaming original is? It's any film that is placed out on like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, HBO. Those are streaming originals. Disney Plus, they have plenty now. We also count Disney movie originals. Disney Channel movie originals.
Mm-hmm.
Disney Channel original movies.
4 of those those 4 words.
You had the right words.
Movies Channel Disney original.
Yes.
That's it. Anyways, so anything that you can watch just on streaming platforms. Can't go rent these films because people rent movies these days, right? Like they go to Blockbuster.
Duh.
There's one still left in Oregon, by the way.
What?
Yeah, it's like the only one, right?
I don't know if it makes it through this, but
is it overpriced? It's probably like what, $5 for a movie?
It's probably just purely like a museum type thing. Like, you walk in, you're like,
it's just a shrine.
A cool-looking movie, and you like blow dust off of VHS or something.
And then Game Crazy right next door. I would throw my mom and dad the movie or game I'm renting, and then I would run over there every time.
What is Game
You'd
Crazy?
Speed walk through the zone.
It's like GameStop, but cooler.
It was cooler?
Oh, definitely
Oh,
cooler.
yeah.
Was it in Milford?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I was like, I
never
saw one.
Yeah, you did down in Loveland. They're always attached to the Blockbusters.
Yeah.
Or was it Hollywood Videos?
No, it's Blockbuster.
No, this was Hollywood Videos because Blockbuster was further down the road in Milford.
Well, I know Blockbuster. Oh, you're right, I think.
Yeah. I don't live up there anymore.
I could have sworn that I thought Blockbuster moved down it. We're talking about random stuff right now.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, movies. We're in the movies, not the Milford land.
In case you're from Cincinnati, you might know. And if you do, please tweet us so that we know where the Game Crazy was. Okay, thanks.
So this week, with our streaming original, we got to see a fantastic film by Bong Joon Ho, a magical director who did a very, very, very Academy Award-winning film called Parasite.
Bong!
Bong, yeah, Sam, the whole Academy Awards was yelling Bong.
Well, he had the best speeches.
He did. We'll get into those later, though.
Okay.
But we saw Okja. Okja? Okja? Okja?
Okja.
It's Okja. Or it depends on who's saying it. If it was Korean speaking, they said Okja.
Okay.
Well, it was like sometimes you had the more Western pronunciation of it and whatnot.
Right. Anyways, so the synopsis of the film was a young girl risks everything to prevent a powerful multinational company from kidnapping her best friend, a fascinating beast named Okja.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
You read the name of it. Well, Tim, did you watch the trailer?
No, I did not.
Did we?
No.
No, I know we didn't right before, but did we in the past? Because
we have in the past, because I've been wanting to see this movie for a long time.
Yes.
But I couldn't tell you what the trailer was like.
Neither could I.
I had no idea the movie existed.
Oh,
what?
See, we did know it existed.
Had I known it existed and it was the director, I would have watched it by now.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
How would you have guessed to say the name? Okja.
I think, like, I went, okay, it's probably pronounced something else, but I'm thinking Okja.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that it actually came out to pretty much be Okja.
I kept going, I'm going to go Spanish on it and say Okja.
Oh, yeah. You
Okja, Okja. And no, you actually pronounce that J.
Yep.
In the Latin romanticized word. version of it.
The romance language. Well, I thought it could have also been Okja.
Yeah.
Like there's what is it? Okra? Like that's a food?
Yeah, okra.
Yeah.
So I was feeling like it's okay, like oak, and then IJA threw me off.
But isn't
okay.
So okay, Tim, you saw the front picture and you just see this giant beast. What was your first thought? You were like, "This movie's gonna be fantastic," or "This is a kids movie." What did they get me into?
Well, my first thought was spoiler alert.
Oh, super spoilers! Sam feels guilty. She feels guilty. Why?
I feel guilty talking about this movie because in my mind, like, it wasn't super predictable, which you guys can prove me wrong on that because you guys are the predictable people. But I think there were parts that surprised me, and so I feel kind of bad, like, going through the spoilers. So I'd say if you have any interest whatsoever in this film, like,
you don't want to be spoiled. If you want to be spoiled.
Right.
Yeah, if you don't care. But I would say, like, go watch it and then come back. Which I know we always give that warning, but for this one particularly, I think there were some fun twists and turns.
Yeah, so back to the question, I guess.
Yeah.
Tim's answer to my question.
Yes.
You're right. So I didn't know, like I said, I didn't watch trailer or anything like that, and the first time I, like, opened it, it just had, like, the girl, that picture of her, like...
Mija?
On the front, yeah, Mija. But then, like, when I went to play it, it showed, like, the actual cover with, like, a pig on it, basically.
Yep.
And I was like, I didn't know, like, that meant anything. Well, I didn't know what it was. And then, it starts out with the intro and whatnot. And I was like, okay. So I expected, to enjoy it, regardless of what it was, because it's Bong. And, like, pretty much whatever he makes, I somehow find a way to enjoy it. It doesn't matter. So I was ready for this one. As you guys know, I watched it immediately.
Yeah. No time wasted.
Yeah.
He's just screaming Bong throughout his apartment, condo.
Yeah.
Bong!
Bong! Yeah, like I said before, if I had known about it already, I would have watched it by now, just because. So I expected to like it, and I don't know if you want to know my overall.
Not yet.
But yeah, okay.
All right, Sam, what did you think? Because you've been trying to get me to watch this for a while.
Yes, so I like monster movies, like traditional monster movies, like
She's
Godzilla.
She's
but
a
I
huge
also
Godzilla fan.
like weird creature movies as well.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I think so. This has always been floating by on Netflix, and I'm like, man, I really want to watch that. And then a couple weeks ago, like, we were on a Bong kick when we saw, like, Parasite and Snowpiercer, and we almost watched it then, but we were like, we'll take a little bit of break, because if you know Bong, he's kind of depressing sometimes.
Oh my god.
So we were like, we'll come back to this one. And so I was really jazzed to finally watch it, because I will say it's probably been, like, a full court press persuasion to watch this for a while, like, at least a year, probably. So I was jazzed. What about you?
Not for me, the you that you were talking about, because there are two of us.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to watch it for the longest time.
Really?
Okay, before I knew who Bong was, I was like, this movie just looks weird. This looks like an Odd Kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, it's rated R, so definitely not a children's film.
Yeah, there's some disturbing stuff in there.
Yeah, just some disturbing.
Times,
yeah.
It kind of breaks your imagination as a child, or your innocence, I guess. If
yeah, that's the way to say it. When we were on our Bong kick, I was like, she almost got me, but we had just watched Snowpiercer and Parasite, and I was like, I need like a day to relax because I'm just depressed now. Thanks. That's what happens with depressing movies for me. Can't watch too many of them in a row. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Well, and I will say that I have forced him into many a weird, like, kids monster movies and being like, I don't like the Gruffalo. Do you remember that movie?
I slept through the Gruffalo.
And, like, I made him watch so many weird kids monster movies because I've just been like, that looks cute.
What was it like? There was like a Paris one that you fell asleep in immediately, and I watched.
Yeah, so there's been there's a long track record there, so I won't say that I don't deserve the no that I got.
But it was my choice, and I selected this as a Netflix original, which I also was like, there's no way this is a Netflix original. Because I figured it was going to have the Korean language in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which it does, by the way. If you're not a big subtitles fan, might not be the movie for you.
That's true. They don't bother us.
They don't bother us at all. I will preferably read the subtitles over a dub, typically.
Yeah, I would much rather, I think we talked about this before, listen to it in its native language and then read it. Yeah. I have a couple random thoughts real quick.
Okay, let's hear them.
Do it.
Just because you brought up monster movies and Snowpiercer. So I believe the host, right, from 2006
Not seen it, but yes.
is Bong. Okay,
Yes.
so that was my first time I think I ever saw a Bong movie.
Oh, really?
And I watched it. I don't know if it was 2006 when I watched it. Somebody was with me, and I fell asleep, like, because I'm lazy and I was on a couch, so
This happens
I was
to him.
out. But I ended up waking up later and watching it, and I loved it. And it's just like this monster movie by Bong. Like, it's
Sweet.
just, I had no idea
Sam's putting
who
it
this
down
guy
on our
was.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah, the host. And it has from Parasite. It's got a couple of people.
It's
from
got the
Parasite in
main.
it.
He's got one guy that's
His
in
one
like
guy
all,
that's always in it. I
but he's
think
not in
there's
this one.
There's one or two, yeah. And then Snowpiercer. I didn't know that was by Bong.
Yeah, because Chris Evans is on the front, and you're like,
Right.
Bong doesn't make. He makes South Korean film.
Yeah, and now I had seen the trailer for that movie, and I was like, "Bleh, whatever, don't care." Until a couple weeks ago, where
And Tim aborted that train.
I did. Like, I saw a random video on YouTube. I don't know how I got to it.
I'm a truther.
Do what?
I believe the video. I know what you're talking about.
But go ahead.
You know what I'm talking about?
Do
Oh, yeah.
it.
It was from Reddit, I think, and
was.
it was about Snowpiercer being like basically a Willy Wonka.
It's a sequel to Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it basically was like it's a feature of Willy Wonka, and I thought that was very interesting. And the video I watched that video without knowing what the movie was about, and I was like, okay, gonna go watch it. I actually enjoyed it, which go Bong. So
Yeah.
that's my tangent for now. But yeah, The Host. If you haven't seen it by Bong,
also go see
it's
that.
definitely. I'm gonna go watch it soon again because I've been thinking about that movie a lot now.
He's just been dreaming about it.
Yeah, The Host. It's good. It's more on the horror side as far as monster movies go, but I'm not gonna say
like
anymore.
Parasite, yeah, horror film for
Yeah.
Adam. I was pacing through that one.
Think of Parasite mixed with Okja.
Boom, done.
So back to Okja.
Yeah.
I
thought we were doing a different. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I mean, we could do a Snowpiercer episode later and go through the whole Willy Wonka theory, but
yeah, I'm down for later.
Yeah,
because I will say this one, Snowpiercer, was the reverse. I was trying to get Sam to watch it for probably 6 years.
Yeah.
It's probably not even been out for 6 years, but for a very long time, I tried to get her. She's
close.
like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Well, I really like. People are gonna think I have weird movie taste. I really like train movies. If it's on a train, I'm watching it.
She loves her train films, which was weird that it took forever to watch this.
Yeah, but I'm not a Chris Evans fan, so that's why.
That's
I think you are nowadays.
He's grown on me after Knives Out.
I haven't seen that.
I know you gotta see it. Dude.
So the monster. What would you? How like? Let's go to the super pigs.
Oh,
We're gonna go with the females first because that male
Oh
Alfonso. I'm a little scarred from that scene still.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, like I think I looked away actually, like because I was scarred. I don't need to see this.
Yeah.
Poor
That was a little
Okja.
rough, yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll come back to this, but that whole like laboratory situation was scarring because you
All
see
of
the
it.
other ones. So yeah, that was a mess. But anywho, you're talking about the girls. Like,
No.
what do we think of them?
No, what did you think of the monster? Like the design of the super pig?
Well, I have my first beef here, which am I allowed
Hey,
to call it that? 'Cause
no,
it's
we're calling it
pig.
super pig.
Should I call it ham? I got some bacon.
Pork.
I got some pork. I got some pork here because why in the world does it look like a dog mixed with a hippo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, why?
I don't know.
But they call it a pig. Yeah.
But it acts like a dog, and there's just a lot of questions around the fact that they decided it was a super pig. But whatever, they decided it was a super pig. I just thought it does nothing about it screams pig to me. What about you guys?
Okay, I have one ridiculous thought.
Okay.
So I played Ark a lot, I guess you know.
Yes.
It reminds me of the Fiomiyas, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
The pigs in the game.
Much
Do they look
larger,
like
but
this?
yeah.
Yeah, much larger than that. Except that has a tusk this does not.
Tusk and a longer snout. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the main difference that I see with the two.
Yeah.
But the major difference is that thing is known as the poop factory in Ark.
Yeah.
While the super pigs are known for not much excrement.
Yeah.
So
We need to
multiple
go.
times, but-
Should we talk about the poop now or later?
which poop? Because I was thinking I can start just start petting people's dogs and make them poop on command.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about it now. So,
Well, hold on. So my opinion on it being a pig is a whole marketing thing.
Yes.
For pig.
They didn't care what it looked like, but I think the whole point of it was calling it a pig puts in people's minds that it's a food animal.
Yeah.
100%. Like, instead of making up a name or anything else, I think marketing-wise, that's what they went with because pig means yummy bacon food.
It's easier to have somebody slaughter a pig than it is
something completely new. Whereas they were just like, oh yeah, this is basically a pig, but it's big, and now
a genetically modified pig. No, evolved weird pig.
Yeah.
Well, and that's true of like any food. If there's a new food that people haven't like eaten, you kind of gotta like
jackfruit.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of jackfruit. You kind of have to like
vegan pulled pork.
Lead people to it, and like there's a lot more education involved versus just being like, boom, it's a pig, eat it.
Yeah.
It's not just any pig; it's a super pig.
Yeah, and I think it was a brilliant marketing move to also call it a super pig because that's exciting. Like they could have just said it's another type of pig. They could have just like there were so many ways, but like super or like humongous made people be like, yeah.
What did you think I want to know, like, what do you think he smelled like? Or she smelled like?
I guess just like a regular farm animal.
Because they kept getting in very enclosed spaces with this thing.
Yeah.
Like in trucks, and then she was sleeping on it at one point.
I mean, I think she would have been used to it, or whatever, you know.
But when they came up the mountain, they weren't like, oh my god, it's stinky.
I don't think they cared at that point.
No, I know. Because they had to climb a mountain.
That's true because, well, not to get back to the poop. I just really want to talk about poop this episode.
She does.
Besides that, I'm always down to talk about poop. Besides that, I mean, it's not like, if you think of livestock, like, they get the smell from the fact that they are kind of, like, sitting in their pen with their poop.
That's true.
They might not even, Okja specifically might not have been an issue because they might have kept her living quarters clean / she might have pooped in the mountains, right? Like, it would have been far away, whereas they had to have smelled at the end when there were so many of them all caged up, and because a lot of them looked yucky. But
yeah, those ones for sure. But I think Okja, I think you got a point. I think her pen was clean and whatnot because she was treated more like a pet.
Well, yeah. What did Grandpa say? Oh, how did you keep her so nice and clean?
Yeah.
She just walked around. That's great. I just let her walk around.
We just let her walk around.
Yeah, that's all good. But, well, she also she would, quote unquote, bathe, I guess, because she would dive into that pool.
Yeah.
Which, what would you give that out of 10, that dive?
Oh, that dive at the beginning?
At the beginning when she goes into the pool of water.
And she has, like, that big old goofy face. I would say it was probably a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Tim, what would you give that dive? He doesn't remember.
9.5 out of 10.
Ooh.
Ever the critic. What about you, Adam?
I'll give it a 9. I like integers.
Well, I thought it was so great. Adam missed it the first time.
I did, because I was writing something else down.
I was like, you guys see this?
I was writing down to make sure I knew how to say Okja.
Nice.
It depends on which dialect is saying it.
I mean, we're not professionals, but we need to know how to say that name.
Yeah, that one I did look up.
That's important.
It was very important. So they're climbing up this mountain, and Mundo arrives. Mundo's like one of those. He's the guy that works for the company, Brando, and dude doesn't have that much sweat on him. I was writing down. I was like, bro, I would be soaked. And then Jake Gyllenhaal's character comes up. I'm like, that's what I would look like. That's me.
I also think Mundo is more
used to the climate and climbing.
Used to that and whatnot. Yeah. It seems like he's been around a lot, so...
Yeah, I would agree. Because it seems like the corporate schmucks were the ones that had the problems.
Right, yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal and then the two girls.
His voice.
Yes, I have that too.
Voices, I do too.
How do you know it? He's got this nasally, squeaky voice.
Like that high-pitched voice like that, but then he would be like more of a normal voice, but still not his natural voice. Yeah.
He didn't do his normal voice like throughout the film, and I'm like, good on you, Jake Gyllenhaal.
I feel like
I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm gonna be honest.
I also love that he is a first name, last name person. He's not just Jake.
Yeah.
Like Tilda is Tilda. She's not Tilda Swinton.
Mm-hmm.
He's Jake Gyllenhaal though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to say
and
it.
Bong is Bong.
Well, I will say too that like that had to have been hard to hold that squeaky voice for a long time.
Yeah.
Like when you kind of like make your throat squeak like that hurts, man.
That's gotta hurt.
Props to Jake.
I know. Good on Jake.
Start calling him Jake and see if people know what I'm talking about.
So, I meant to bring up this scene where you see Mija just sleeping on Okja.
Mm-hmm.
What did that look like? Did it remind you of another movie?
Jurassic Park?
No.
No. What?
I'm saying no. Not no to Tim, just no.
I want Tim's explanation.
When Dr. What's-his-face lays on the Triceratops and...
Oh, you mean when he's
going
listening?
up and down? Yeah, he's listening to it.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more of Totoro. When she sleeps on his belly.
Yes.
Sure.
Totoro.
I did get some Totoro vibes just because it's like a big old monster in the woods and a little girl.
And he protects her.
Yeah.
Which, holy shit, like, I don't think my cat could see that stump and be like, I'm gonna run over there, swap sides with you, fling you all the way to the top of the mountain, save your life, and then I'll go tumbling.
Hell no. First off, that would require brains, which cats do not have.
Yeah, no.
Second off, that would require self-sacrifice, which cats do not have.
Yeah.
So, you have a better option of if Tim's little Eve might do it because she's smart and loyal. Right, Tim?
Yeah, but there's still, like...
There's more intelligence in that.
Yeah,
that's
the
problem
intelligence
solving.
that's something, yeah, like I immediately...
I don't know if I
okay,
immediately
this
saw
animal
that.
is fucking weird.
Yeah, I know. I
Like,
saw it and I was like, fuck, damn.
I want to know what genes it had in it that gave it, I don't know, almost a human-like critical thinking response. Like, it problem solved and made a puzzle and knew it was, I don't know, like, it had the ability to, like, willfully put itself in harm's way, where a lot of animals don't necessarily do that. Like, I know pigs are supposed to be, like, smart like dogs.
Yeah, they are.
But I don't see a dog... Like, I could see a dog grabbing a rope or something, like...
To help pull you up.
Noticing, and you can, like, you could train that or whatever. The fact that it used the stump, fling her back up, that's a whole pulley system.
I know.
I don't know how an animal would figure that out without previously being taught. Maybe she did teach it stuff like that. Maybe she climbed around doing stuff like that, and it thought in the moment...
Oh, let's do it again.
Hey, I could do this, yeah, so...
Well, she was freaking out, so that's my only belief would be that wasn't the case.
Well...
Yeah.
Octopus can problem solve, right?
Who can?
Octopi.
They can, yes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So maybe they still I don't know, but again, like that's a high level of problem solving, not just like
not known among many mammals, and
I
mean that's
I just wanted to bring it up because I was like
human-like, but
I was like I should have wrote Okja is smart and protective. What the fuck?
I want
one. I don't. After that, I was like, deal. Sell me one. I'll get one.
I'll take one. I'll take 3.
Take little tiny slivers of yummy sausage from it every once in a while.
Not a fan of that scene.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is. That was awful.
I know.
We'll come back to it, though. Don't you worry.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Can we finally talk about the poop?
I know. We were trying to get back around to it. Yeah.
Okay, Sam.
Just let me talk about poop for a second. Okay, so he already alluded to the fact that when she rubs Okja's butt, she just poops on command, right? Which I thought was hilarious.
Right.
Because I've never seen that, and it's just great. It's like, oh, your belly hurts? Here, let me rub it. And then you just, like, poop out so much. But also... This animal is huge, and its poop was so small.
That's the point of it.
Yeah.
That's what she said. It has low, low poop.
Yeah,
low amounts of poop at the very beginning.
It doesn't take a lot to feed, and it doesn't, have a lot of excrement. Basically, is what she said. Eco-friendly.
Create a lot of super eco-friendly.
Oh yes, I remember.
Not that poop's not like necessarily eco-friendly, but
the methane, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the methane, but that's more of just like farts in general, but.
I wonder if it was just more like
the thing.
The sanitization aspect like you were talking about. Like
that could be.
That could be part of it. But anywho, so then later on, this is my favorite scene and favorite line. They are in the truck, right? So a lot has happened here. The corporate people have taken Okja so that she can go to the beauty pageant for pigs, right? And then the animal rights group gets involved, which we need to come back to that because their first scene with them was hilarious.
Yes.
But then we have Mundo, who's freaking out because they've stolen the pig, and he's like following them up the tunnel, and like the big
he's hanging on.
Yeah, the big semi truck has an open door, and then Misha just starts stroking the butt. So of course you know what's gonna happen, right? Like he's gonna get pelted with poop. And my favorite quote was somebody, I don't remember who it was, in the animal rights group goes, "He's having a shitty day."
It was blonde.
Golden! It was amazing!
It was blonde. The one guy I didn't recognize.
Yeah.
Blonde.
It was so good. So that made the movie for me. Like, done. I could have turned it off and been happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before that scene, can we talk about her cardio?
Absolutely.
Oh my god, she is ready for the goddamn zombie apocalypse. We got Anna on her team. We got Misha on her team because that girl is not stopping. She goes down a damn mountain, climbs back up, then goes back down it, and chases this.
Yeah, I just gotta change my clothes real quick. All right, see ya.
Well, and I have that
determination.
Too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Determination, but then also, like, okay, their house is up in, like, the peak of the peak mountains, like, mountain range. It's not like they're just on, like...
They made a point to show that they were in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, like, it's not just on a rolling hill or something. So when she starts, like, sprinting down the mountain, I was just like, wow, girl, like, that's very impressive. I would have fallen at least 60 million times. And she even knows how to, like, slide in the dirt so she can, like,
I felt like I was watching somebody playing a video game.
Yeah, she was very impressive.
Because you just run and crouch and then you slide everywhere in games.
Yeah. Well, and I also want to say, like, if I had to pick a house, like, their view was amazing.
Yeah, it wasn't a decked out house, but like they made do, and they had that like
worth it.
Yeah, they had that like pot where they cooked all their stews.
Mm-hmm.
That looked
slow
yummy.
cooker for life.
That looked really yummy.
Which one, the chicken or the fish stew?
Salivating at that.
I don't doubt this one bit. But then we got to talk about how nobody was in that office when she gets there.
Yeah.
Was it a Saturday?
They were all down taking pictures.
Yeah, they were taking selfies.
Yeah, but in the where we work, where we work, still there are some lazy people where like I'm too bogged down with work, but they wouldn't have gotten up.
But it's a super pig that for the first time has been revealed. So
in 10 years. It's like their baby.
Years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone, including the lazy people, would have gotten up to at least see that.
That's true.
And it could have been a mandated thing.
Except for the front desk and the security guard.
Yes.
Yeah, they were probably told they had to say. But
I know. But she has some air on that drop kick to get in. Tim, you got...
Oh, yeah.
You got to get me that drop kick or roundhouse kick
video. What does
video,
she weigh?
man.
Like 70 pounds?
She's tiny.
At least.
Shatters that... Well, when she hits it, I'm like, huh. All right, well, that's kind of funny. And then it cracks. I'm like, oh, okay.
I just love how...
I was like, that's what I expected. And then it cracked. And I'm like, that's not what I expected.
Yeah.
Well, finally, they didn't have somebody just being able to bust through windows.
Right.
Oh, I know, she still does it.
Yeah.
But she just bounces off. It's so good. Just was like, damn, I wish I had them hops.
Yeah, she definitely got some air.
Yeah,
well, and later on, when Okja's, like, running through the market, right, she, like, gets him out. He slams into a revolving glass door, or sheet.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't shatter at all. I'm so confused by physics in this movie right now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim.
No, I didn't really have a comment. I was just saying I don't know.
Did you guys notice the music during the chase scene?
Okay.
It was like mariachi music.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a whole separate thing on the music since you brought this up.
Okay.
I am obsessed with the music of this movie. Like, I have a Zen playlist, which is basically just, like, instrumental or, like, chill music. And I think that all of these songs, even the mariachi song, could go on there because it was just so good. I didn't hear a single song that I was like, man, this is, like... And it didn't even have to be, like, movie music, right? Like, It didn't make me think it was movie music. Like, I could easily just listen to that all the time. Oh, whoever did the sound for this, so good. But continue.
Good.
So during the chase scene, you were talking about Mundo.
Yes.
And you wanted to come back to when Alf was first brought up.
Yes.
Jay, the main guy, is, like, yelling through the window.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit you.
Yeah.
Put your seatbelts on.
Yeah.
They pull forward, and they're all yelling, we don't want to hurt you. Put your seatbelts on. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
I was like, animal rights activists, I'm guessing.
Well, and their first line, they have their mask on and everything, right? And their first line was like, we're not terrorists.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just the way they approached that was just so hilarious.
And then Mundo's confusion, she's like, huh?
Well, and also what made that scene so great was that the driver, who was just nonchalant about everything.
I love that driver.
Yes. But he was just, like, driving and just, like, chilling. Like, they're basically like, we're not terrorists. And he's just like, whatever. And then, like, they're like, put on your seatbelt. whatever. Like, he's so blasé. It's really great.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you have your license?
Yeah.
I do
I
have
don't
my
care.
license.
I'm not staying with this company anymore.
Yes.
Company
That was
truck. I don't
great.
give a shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he gets interviewed later. They fucked,
Oh
not
my
me.
god, that interview.
Oh, yes, that interview. Oh,
That was so good.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. Good golly.
Good
Yeah,
golly.
but Alf, they were
Alf.
interesting. They were cracking me up.
Yeah.
They were ridiculous. Like,
What is it? The Animal Liberation Front. That's right. Yeah.
Alf is real.
What? Really?
Alf is a real thing.
It's like PETA?
I guess. I know Alf is like a weird looking thing, right? Like the brown guy?
Yeah, he's like the
The actual Alf character.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the Alf character, right?
I don't think it's based off of him.
No, it's not.
Are
It's
you
not.
sure?
Tim, do you have definitive proof against this accusation?
I mean, absolutely not. But they might have just liked Alf and then liked the name and was like, let's make this work.
Boom,
Yeah.
done.
But so after the chase scene, they see who was it? Lucy Mirando. Sorry, I had to make sure I got the right Mirando.
Tilda 1.0.
Tilda 1.0, the OG, the one with braces at the beginning.
Yes.
Which I was like, first off, I kept looking at the screen, I'm like, are those braces?
Right, yeah.
And then you see her, she has like this perfect set of teeth, and I'm like,
Mm.
they were braces.
I get it.
I get it. And then, yeah, what a ridiculous idea to promote your company. In 10 years, we're going to bring 26 super pigs together to have a beauty contest.
Yes. That was so great. Well, and the whole opening scene
I was
for
like,
that announcement was so great. And also, you're going to get Jake Gyllenhaal, who people love because he has like an animal show, right?
Yeah, he had like a Steve Irwin type show.
Yeah, but he's like quite the character. So that was a genius marketing move.
And then he goes to South Korea and he's like, oh my god, I still have fans here.
That was great.
But like I half expected Misha trying to go and try and sell that because she didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Right, just something.
But she was really excited that he was there and he was exactly who he was. So maybe she wasn't going to try and sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't really care about money.
Nah, she just wanted her pet
I mean,
back.
she just wanted her big old Okja.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a pet at that point. That thing's too smart to be a pet. That's like a best friend.
Yeah.
Just different species.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
yeah.
Well, even like different species, best friend thing. She whispered in its ear, and then at one point, it whispers in her ear.
Yeah. Bonkers.
Like what?
Bongers.
I was like, oh my god.
Bongers.
So, I think the point of that is like these things are probably far more intelligent than they thought, and they probably could eventually speak maybe. And Okja was just kind of hinting at that.
Yeah.
And the end scene
showing that it learned and
the baby super pig, man.
We had a baby super pig.
The little like the parent, like I actually saw the little baby running around when they were in the field, and then the parents were chasing after, and I was like, oh haha, they breed in there. And then they're running after. I'm like, oh no. This is like just trying to get the baby to escape. Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're going to take the electricity just to let it go.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking.
It was.
Because you're like worried about them, but then they also get the little baby out. Oh my gosh. I don't want to talk about this. This is so sad.
Did you cry?
I thought it was a great scene. I thought it was pretty amazing. It just showed, again, their intelligence and whatnot. And...
Yeah.
It showed at the beginning that she could fit in his mouth. Because she was doing his, like brushing his teeth.
Yeah.
Also, that dental hygiene of a giant beast is amazing.
Yeah. Well, and I love how Mundo was like, did you brush your teeth today?
Mundo was just a great character, okay?
Yeah.
That was great.
And then, when they bring her, they're like, oh, we're going to make you our new, like, icon. First off, Dr. Johnny Wilcox was so pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he did not.
So pissed. What are you doing, guys? You can't get rid of me. I'm the face of the company.
Would she say, like, you hardly get ratings or something like that?
Your ratings are terrible.
Your ratings are terrible, yeah.
But when they go out to go take a picture of Misha, she just snaps that board in half.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's having none of it.
She has quite a few badass moments, so that's one of them. But then the other one, when she's, like, getting ready to leave, right? And he's like, you don't have any money. And she spikes her piggy bank into the floor.
Which I didn't know that. I mean, it's not unheard of other countries having like similar like little piggy banks.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know that other countries actually had pigs as their icon as well.
As their symbol as well.
Think about it this way: she was raising a giant pig.
That's true.
That is
And
true.
they also
Not necessarily
hint
translated.
They hint at the golden pig thing with marriage and whatnot.
Yeah. And I was like,
So,
that's kind of cool.
there's
Like
some
you're
roots to
seeing
it.
some tradition show up in the film,
Yeah.
which that thing was worth a lot of money.
Heck yeah, it was.
Was at least one super pig.
Yeah. Well, and I was shocked. This was one of the first twists that I did not see. So Tilda 2.0, Nancy, she
blowing up lakes and everything.
Yeah. Let's talk about that first.
The first thing you hear about her.
Yeah, that's no, I think in the opening scene they like
they hint
that
at
like
it,
Nance is the better one. But yeah, Tilda goes like, I think she was just talking about how she's the golden child, right? And then she's like, she blew up a lake, which I didn't even know you could do that, which was so great. Love it.
The only lake to explode. Good job, Nancy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, which kind of puts you in a good framework of like where this company's at, right? And like why they're pushing so hard that it needs to be environmentally friendly.
Well, and if you noticed during that scene, you had his name, which I'm sure I never got this. I only have it because I wrote it down. Like looked it up. Giancarlo Esposito. The guy that you guys have probably seen in a couple other things that I'll get into later. His name Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody, Tim, you're a big coffee drinker. Did you notice what he did wrong when making his coffee?
Oh,
I don't remember the scene you're talking about.
Okay, so he pulls out the coffee, like the big thing. He throws a K-cup, a little Keurig cup in there. It's supposed to be full on coffee grounds.
Yeah, well, so this was
I was
when
confused
she was
by it, but then I looked it up. It was an actual mess up.
I don't remember this.
This was when she was talking about the lake exploding and she's like hyperventilating.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes to a full-on espresso machine, not a K-cup machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to an espresso machine and not,
And he puts in a K-cup, and I was like,
yeah,
that's not how it works. And then he gets coffee out of him, like, how did you get what?
I didn't catch that, but that's great. I noticed that it was like a full-blown like espresso machine.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
I didn't
funny.
see him put a K-cup in it. I don't remember.
Oh, he did.
For some reason.
He took one out and put it in. And there's a plate next to it of other one. I caught it during it, but then I looked it up.
Machine that you can do that with. I don't know.
I was gonna say K-cup has like run the gambit on like
they have
on coffee machines or Keurig, not K-cup rules. Yeah. So I wouldn't be shocked if they had like an industrial espresso machine, but still, like doubt, lots of doubt.
Because that'd be a lot less mess than making like an actual espresso. But did he use like the handle thing still? Did he put it in there?
Yeah.
So it still functionally works the same. It would just be less mess.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see like a top end, like they spent extra money, they didn't want to deal with the grounds and stuff like that, and they like even custom ordered one or something. But yeah, I didn't catch that. That's a good catch.
Look at us talking about coffee.
Yeah.
I don't even drink coffee.
Yeah, Okja has brought up coffee and poop in the same episode. Look at
what
that.
If they're the
Great
same?
coffee that's pooped out by lemurs.
Yes, I knew that.
I love that.
So
coffee.
Great.
I've had it once in my life, and I just want it more.
Wait, okay, hold on. We need to talk about this coffee. Where did you have this coffee? Because I know that.
Was it coffee flavored coffee?
Yeah, how did it taste? Because I've been wanting to try it since I saw it in the bucket list.
So my dad had a coworker that went to the country it's from.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought back like a small sample, like
nice
espresso shot amount, basically. Like you make an espresso shot out of it, and so we just split that, and it was very good. Yeah,
worth it.
I can't remember the name of it. I have a picture of it still, and it has like the lemur cat thing on it.
Nice.
But yeah, no, they said like even over there it's like super expensive.
Yeah.
So,
Dang.
Real coffee aficionado here.
It was it's good.
Tim knows his coffee.
Chasing that high.
So have we gotten into the 5 members yet of the ALF team?
We have not.
You got K and J, which Men in Black reference?
Nah, like JK. I'm just kidding.
Like Men in Black reference?
I guess.
It's Agent J and Agent K.
I could see it. I could see it definitely being.
Because he's in a suit the whole time.
That's true.
And Bong being Bong.
Bong is Bong.
Like there's a lot of that kind of shit that he does. And I could see it, yeah.
I noticed it during the film, and then when I was writing everybody's names down, I was like, no, it definitely was like thought out J and K.
No, that was definitely intentional. Yeah.
Then you got blonde, silver, and red.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will say, with the masks on, I could identify who Silver was immediately. It took me no time.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I also got extremely excited during it because there's a whole thing about one of his other characters, which I'll get into later.
Are you sure you don't just want to do it?
No, I want to get into it later. I want to get into it later. I still have a very good line done by Kay where he was, "We're about to change everything with my shiny antenna."
Oh, I do.
He's like holding his antenna up.
Yeah.
They're just like wirelessly receiving these videos, leading to the scarring moment that shall not be named.
Well, and it's like the whole plot to take down the corporation, right? So like,
yes.
you can get why he says it, but it is a little.
It was goofy
ridiculous.
sounding. I think it was supposed to be though.
Well, yeah, he was like flailing it around. It was
Yeah.
definitely meant to be comical.
It was, and then Johnny's there. Jake Gyllenhaal, our bestie Jake.
Mm-hmm.
He's just hanging out in that laboratory, being crazy
Why?
and drunk.
I don't understand why he's in the lab. Why would he even
I
be
don't know.
anywhere near that lab?
I think he was trying to mess up stuff.
Well, I don't know why he's there, but I'm pretty sure he alludes to the fact that he doesn't know why he's there. I thought at one point he was like,
I don't know why I'm here.
I don't know why I'm here. Like, I shouldn't even be here or something. Yeah, he definitely alludes
he even
to
says,
it.
like, I'm an animal lover. Why am I here? Kind of thing. And, like...
And then sticks her.
I feel like after years of being around, he just kind of was given the all-access pass.
Yeah.
Because they were like, he's a celebrity, he's a face, just let him do whatever he wants. And he just kind of stumbled across the lab probably one day and just got curious and then hung around, like wanted to actually hang around the animals. And then it developed into this weird sadistic, like scientist sort of crazy person. I don't know, like another one of his personalities maybe. Like he just kind of had these tangents of personalities, I think.
Yeah.
That might have developed from being around them and then realizing that they're just being made for food and he can't say anything about it. So it probably spiraled him.
He did say he does not like the taste testers.
Yeah.
Which was pretty funny because they go to the taste testers.
Well,
what is the one? One of them says shit. What was it? The middle one, the teenage kid.
I thought he just said it was like the best he had or something, or like superb or something.
Nah, he dropped I think he dropped the F word.
Oh, he might.
I don't remember.
I just remember his being like ridiculous, and that was like the one line I was like, that sounds very scripted. But I mean, it's for a company, like they're recording them for a company.
Yeah.
But those were like the tiniest little sausages ever.
Well, yeah, and that was one of the scenes that made me like. There were a lot of scenes in this movie that made me want to become like a vegetarian or a
You're
vegan.
already a vegetarian.
I work on it. I'm not. I would say
You're a flexitarian.
I'm a flexitarian. When I can sub, I do. When I feel like having bacon, I have bacon. But this was one of the scenes that made me feel bad about having bacon because you literally just watch him sticker and then they're frying it up. Oh, my stomach hurts.
And then
then
the whole scene where they're walking through, and I'm like, if I could, I would, but I can't. Which is probably a very bad thing to say.
What are you talking about?
Being a vegetarian.
What?
Oh, I was like,
I don't think I could be a vegetarian.
Lost.
Like, okay, so I'll jump to like the end there where they like shoot him in the head and stuff.
Yeah.
So that is the end result of all of it. Now, I thought it was awful him sticking her and whatnot, but in the sense of creating food and, supply for food and whatnot, I think that was at least a humane way to do it, to get food, because myself love meat. So
same. Still made me
depressed. If I had to think about how my food was from an animal to a food, I'd like to think it was something quick along those lines.
That's true.
But
yeah, maybe more painless. Sadness.
Yeah.
Mostly because those creatures are so smart.
As they are. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
They knew what was coming, whereas most of the time things don't know where it's when it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a little disturbing, but.
Yeah.
Well, and that whole part where they're like processing, for lack of a better word, where you see them like actually like making it into the cuts of meat.
Right.
Sam doesn't like raw. You gotta know that Sam doesn't handle any raw meat in this house.
Yeah.
Whenever we're cooking some sort of like chicken or pork, maybe I'm the one who touches it.
Yeah, absolutely not. I worked in a kitchen, and they were like, "Oh, do you want to work on the cook side?" And I was like, "Absolutely not," because I cut cold vegetables. And they were like, "Why? Like, you could do the cook." I'm like, "I'm not handling raw meat. That shit's gross."
What do you think that fruit was that she brought all the way from South Korea?
I thought it was a tomato.
No.
What is it?
No.
Tim? Let's see if he knows. How's your South Korea fruit knowledge?
I wasn't sure if it was a real thing or not, but I assumed it was real. Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Persimmons.
Oh, those are really sour.
I have never even heard of them.
Oh my gosh. They're so
Interesting.
sour.
Would I like them?
No, they pucker your lips. They're so sour.
Oh, like on a scale of the Warhead.
Like Warhead level.
But they don't make those
Oh,
on
now I definitely want one.
Yeah, you guys have to try them because
persimmons alcohol with alcohol sounds pretty good.
My great uncle, who's like a redneck hillbilly, he made us try persimmons when we were little, and I will never forget it. Oh my gosh, you guys gotta find one.
Never forgive, never forget.
Yeah, exactly. It was like it's definitely Warhead level. You gotta try that shit out.
Yeah, Warheads don't do much to me.
Okay, well,
I destroyed my taste buds.
then I guess think about it as like Warhead level, like super sour.
Is it like what's the texture?
But it's like a lemon.
Interesting.
So it's like it's an organic sour.
Tim's already on Whole Foods looking for some.
Yeah.
You guys gotta try it.
And ordered.
Okay, I got another note here. So when before Nancy was shown on the screen, I had written down, is Lucy Nancy? Like, is it both Tilda?
Oh, yeah.
I had written it down because I was like, this just seems like something ridiculous.
Yeah, they alluded to it, and she gets that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right? I was like...
And, like, the real face of the company. Because at first I thought it was going to be, like, her mom.
Or her dad, who was apparently insane.
Well, I thought it was a female for sure. Definitely because of the picture. But I wasn't sure. But she talked about her sister a lot.
I thought it might be like a split personality sort of shit.
Yeah, that could be too. But I assumed, like, the sister... was kicked out of the company, and the mom was like letting the other sister run it, like Tilda 1.0 run it. But then, lo and behold, it's just Tilda and Tilda, which I thought was great.
Tilda Square.
Not even her first time doing that. Second time. Hail Caesar, she was herself twice.
Nice.
She was two different characters.
Well, I do have a note that is when they get the two of them together, right? Like Nance comes in and like saves the day, or attempts to save the day. I have a thing that says, Tilda 2.0, Tilda squared. This is a movie I can get behind. Like 2 Tildas in one scene.
Yeah.
Down.
Yep.
I love Tilda.
And so I also have to comment because when they get together. So, okay. Tilda 1.0, kind of like they did a good job making her stand out in general. Or like look odd, right? And then I think that was to help when they're in the scene, or also just to be a little more weird in general, to fit the character, but they both had their own little weird look to them.
Yeah.
Like they had something a little off to each of them, to where I think it helped when they're in the scene there. You
could tell
not only
which one was which,
the difference,
easy.
but like you could tell, I don't know, like just to keep you from being like, oh, it's the same person, but even though you knew it was the same person. I don't know. I just thought it was funny that they both had like weird looks to them, or like slightly subtle changes to make them kind of odd looking, but you couldn't put your finger on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and they each kind of had like their crazy personalities too.
Yeah,
right?
that too. Yeah.
So that was good.
It was fun.
I want to know if they were the same age or supposed to be, because it almost
they were
seemed
twins. They called each
right, but like it seemed like 2.0 was older.
Like way older.
Like she kind of seemed like she was older.
Yeah, they called each other twins. They called each other twin sisters.
Yeah. Twinny.
Yeah. Twinny.
I love
Twinny.
Just how much 1.0 is trying to throw her under the bus, though. It's so great.
It was Nancy's fault.
How many times she says it. It's so fucking great.
When Nancy blew up that lake?
She blew up the lake. Oh, shit.
Classic sibling rivalry.
Now going back to Alf. Okay. When they're doing like the whole security thing, and he tells the group that when Kay tells the group he lied, she did not give him like the okay. Was what Jay did to him rational?
That's what I expected.
They kick him out?
And beat the living hell out of him.
So I expected Jay to have kind of like a rage-induced personality, because he's very fanatical and calm. And I had a feeling that at some point he was going to be the violent one, just because of how he was and how he carried himself, and like he was in charge, and everybody just kind of like listened to him, like didn't really try to, not necessarily argue with him, but debate with him.
Yeah.
Like he said and it goes, and he obviously had the power. It just, his whole, I can't remember the kid's name, but I think he did a great job acting it too. It just, I got that vibe the whole time, and it led up to it. Him beating the crap out of Kay. I wasn't surprised it happened, especially after we knew he lied. I thought something like that was coming.
Yeah. Did you think the apology, translations are sacred, tattooed on his arm was acceptable?
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah. I think it matches him beating him.
Yes.
Sort of thing, because it was the same sort of, like irrational thought.
It was.
It matches each other. Yeah, and that's why he was like, okay, you get it, you're back in, sort of thing, because he knew.
Also, he was screwed if he didn't.
That's true.
Yeah.
Those cops were laying down these protesters or whatever.
Yikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Is this what South Korea thinks of our police force?
I don't know. Maybe
Now that I
just
say
when they
that-
think of the NYPD.
Maybe the NYPD. So I want to get into where these characters are from in other films.
Okay.
We got Tilda 1 and 2, also known as Lucy and Nancy Miranda.
Nice.
That's Tilda Swinton. Ooh.
In
This
case
is
you
his-
were wondering who
I know.
Tilda was.
This is her second Bong film.
Yep.
And she is in Snowpiercer.
And she had weird teeth in that too, didn't she?
She
She
did. Does
did,
she
yeah.
have weird teeth?
I don't
think so.
Jinx.
I know.
But
Jinx,
she's
Jinx,
also-
Jinx, Coke, Jinx, bad luck, Jinx, knock on wood, Jinx, Jinx, machine is out of order, kiss my butt, save a quarter, I win.
Wait, I don't know that one.
Oh, well,
I should
You
know that.
definitely win.
I hope that comes through perfectly.
Yeah.
But she's also in Doctor Strange.
Yes, the
Slash
ancient one.
the Avenger films slightly. And then she is in the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yes.
Where did that win like best costume and makeup?
Prob.
I think it was nominated at least.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Johnny Wilcox was Jake Gyllenhaal. I know that one was so shocking, guys.
So shocked.
So shocked.
Mm.
He's in things such as Brokeback Mountain. Did you not know that?
No, I knew that, but you're
Yeah.
staring at me. I was going back to the point where you said it was super obvious because I actually didn't think it was obvious until he took off his goofy glasses.
Oh, I knew he was in it. So
Okay, well maybe that's where I messed up. Like I didn't know he was in it, but like when he comes up the mountain and like he's wearing the glasses, right? And he has his squeaky voice. Like how was I supposed to know that was Jake Gyllenhaal until he takes off his glasses? Anyhow, continue. He's in Brokeback Mountain and other things.
and lots of other stuff like Nightcrawler. That's a bigger
Mhm.
one, kind of more recent. He's in the
I
newest
love
Spider-Man. I've not seen it. Still
Oh, it's
disappointed it's
good.
not an X-Men film.
Yeah. That's understandable.
When I first read that Nightcrawler was coming out, I was like, "What the shit?"
He was so jazzed.
I was so jazzed, and then I watched the trailer. I'm like, "This is stupid, and I hate it. This is not Nightcrawler."
It's so good, though. It's a great movie.
I have full faith that it's probably a good film. But yeah, he's in the new Spider-Man as well. He's still not seen that. I don't know how.
And he's in some
Oh,
sort
I
of-
haven't either, and I was so excited that he was Mysterio.
Yeah, right?
And I was
I was
like,
so excited
I
they
was
did
pumped.
Mysterio.
Right, yeah. And I was like, I remember having little, like, of all the action figures I had, I played with that Mysterio a lot.
I
And
just
I was
remember
like-
I had a Where's Waldo Spider-Man book, and he was
Wow.
one of the characters you had to find. He was always fun to try and find because they would put like
Yeah.
little goldfish tank
Mm-hmm.
as his head sometimes, so you couldn't find him. Yeah.
I know nothing about this character, so.
Oh, he's
I guess
fancy.
I'll have to
You'll have to
watch
watch it.
Spider-Man movie.
And then Frank Dawson, that was like the guy that followed around. That was Nancy's henchman.
Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito.
The guy who made the bad, or not the bad
Hispanic
coffee.
guy.
The
Yes.
cherry
The bad.
coffee.
Yeah. I think he's probably best known from Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
He's also in The Mandalorian.
Alright.
Don, don, don. Yeah. He is. Yeah. I won't go into who he is because that's spoilers to a television show, but he is in it.
Okay.
He's in The Scorched Trials. He's Jorge.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of his role.
Yeah.
So all the things you've named, I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. He's in quite a bit of it. He's in Once Upon a Time. He's
Okay.
The Magic Mirror. Okay.
Drawing a blank.
I know. Mundo,
Mundo!
better known as Yoon Jamun.
Mhm.
I think it's probably Jamun. I don't know how to speak
Ugh.
Korean. He is in Host and Mother, two other Bong films.
Ah.
So, Tim, if you go rewatch The Host, you'll see Mundo.
Yeah, no.
Does he
that's
get
why I
pooped
said I
on
think
in that
he's
movie?
it.
What?
I'm not gonna spoil any of it.
Okay. I asked if he got pooped on.
So, Kay is Stephen Yeun, best known for Glenn in The Walking Dead.
Mhm.
I'm honestly shocked Sam didn't just call him Glenn the whole time.
I tried to, but I didn't really have a lot of notes on him, so
Did you know he's actually Korean?
yes.
Like, he's from Seoul?
I did not know where he was from, but I did know he was Korean.
Yes.
Right.
They did make a point of saying that in the show.
Yeah.
You got Jay. Now, Jay was bothering Sam. As in,
Yes.
she's like, where do I know his face from?
Yeah.
I called him budget version of Cillian Murphy. But,
Are you sure it's not Cillian?
yeah, I am.
Cerulean.
He's from There Will Be Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which probably that's Like, he can probably draw some of his anger slamming people's faces in from that film.
I feel like he's from other stuff too.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He's in Little Miss Sunshine. I think he's
Okay.
the little kid
Mhm.
with her. He's in Ruby Sparks.
I
Yes!
don't know that.
Okay. I kept seeing his face being like, he's in some sort of indie romance movie. Okay, that makes more
Yes.
sense.
And now he's going to be in the new movie called The Batman.
The Batman.
He's
Yes.
going to be the
Yep.
the Riddler. I think I wrote down the Joker, but he's definitely going to be the Riddler.
He's the Riddler, from what everything is saying.
He'll do
Yeah.
a good job.
Blonde, Daniel Henshaw. He's in The Babadook. I've never seen him before.
Yeah, I didn't see him.
Babadook.
The Babadook. Red is Lily Collins.
I've seen her.
She's actually in quite a bit. She's in Mortal Instruments,
Okay.
which was another series that was trying to be like the next Hungry Games.
Okay.
Mirror Mirror with Julia Roberts. She was
Okay.
Snow White in that.
Yes.
And she was in a movie called Love Rosie with Sam Claflin,
I don't know.
also known as Finnick from The Hunger Games.
Mm.
Now, getting to my favorite actor from this film,
Yes.
Silver, also known as Devin Bostic, but in my heart, he's known as Roderick. Because Roderick rules.
Roderick does rule. Loaded diaper. So you have no idea what we're talking about. He's from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
And there was a whole big explosion of hatred towards the new. So they redid Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Like, they recast everybody. And Devin Bostic got a bunch of mail being like, "We miss you. Please come back and play Roderick. You're our only Roderick." And he had to like give a whole thing. He's like, "The other guy's going to do fine, guys. It's going to be okay."
No, there's no way the other did fine.
He is Roderick.
Amazing.
But he's also in Being Charlie. Never seen it.
Isn't that a Disney show?
That's a movie.
Okay.
And then The 100.
Yes.
That is a TV
Oh,
show.
the 100. Yeah.
He is a somewhat main character in that.
I've only seen.
I've seen the first episode.
season.
I've seen one episode because Sam was like, "Nah." She kills stuff in one episode. It sometimes kills me deep down inside.
Anywho.
I mean, that's understandable.
No, I know. Sometimes the pilots aren't necessarily up to snuff.
a lot of
Right.
times.
So you can't always judge a book by the first episode because we're talking about books now. And then, of course, the director, Bong.
Ah!
We've talked about three of his big movies outside of Okja. We got Parasite, Snowpiercer, The Host, and then Mother is another big one.
Yes, I've heard of Mother.
I feel like I've seen Mother.
I have not.
I would like to officially join.
I have seen Mother. I have. Yep.
Tim's like, I've seen 5 separate Bong films.
I have to remember I had to remember what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen Mother.
I would like to join the Bong fan club with Tim and get on his level with the amount of Bong films that I've seen.
I'm working on Taika's right
I
now.
can tell you, never disappointed.
I've been working on Taika's fan club.
Me too.
But a couple other random notes I made. Giancarlo actually replaced Bill Nighy.
No.
Bill Nighy was supposed to be in it, but he
Really?
dropped out.
Mm.
Did you know?
Wait, who was he supposed to replace?
Frank Dawson.
Who was Frank? Sorry.
He is Nancy's slave.
Oh, okay. Because I was trying to figure out if like he was replacing a character that would have been
No, no, a small
vital to
character.
be like,
Bill Nighy.
yeah, which
No. No, it just would have been fun to see him.
Good pass, Bill Nighy.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Anywho, continue.
Okja was modeled after a manatee. His face, her
Ah, okay.
Not surprised.
face. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But
the tail was even like.
Yeah,
a
you would
baby manatee,
expect them to be called the super cow because of that, because they went with the sea cow. But I digress. This film was nominated for a Palme d'Or at Cannes Film Festival, which is basically their like best film.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've
Number
heard of
one.
that. Film festival, not the award.
Okay. Do you want to know a funny, like, it's technically a goof, but it was a purposeful goof? Or do you want to hear where the Wikipedia page was trying to send them after I read this page?
The goof first.
The goof. Okay. So do you guys remember when Kay is talking right before they jump out, which, by the way, I was expecting one of them to hit a pole or something.
I loved that scene.
Right?
Absolutely.
So Kay says, "Try and learn English. It opens new doors."
Mm-hmm.
He says it in Korean. He does not actually say that.
Oh,
He says, "Also, my name is Kusunban,"
okay.
which is just supposed to be a ridiculous thing in Korean. Like, you only get the joke if you speak both dialects.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised there was a hidden thing like that.
No, I'm not either. But apparently it's just, like, a ridiculous name.
Okay.
Like,
an inside
in
joke.
Korean. Yeah. Like, because they're stressed to learn English, apparently, throughout school.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So it's kind of like a play on that.
Nice.
All right, so now for the Wikipedia.
I wish I was stressed to learn multiple language when I was.
I know, right? Thanks, America.
We'll get there.
One of these days. The Wikipedia said, see also genetically modified food and the meat industry.
Okay.
Like, from a movie.
Well, yeah, that's like a big...
Well, I know, but it's just ridiculous to me. Like, if you're playing, like, what was that, Wikipedia racing?
Yes, I loved that.
You could use that to get to the meat industry. If you get films.
Easily.
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, considering it was a
Film about it?
key theme / thing in this movie, I'm not surprised, but...
Maybe I'll watch out for him more.
Yeah, but it is, I mean, obviously, the key themes got across, so that's good.
Yeah, they definitely got across. Now, Timothy. Oh, Tim. Do you have any other remarks about this film? Like, do you have anything that we missed?
I'm trying to. I don't know. You guys hit all my points, and then I had other ones
all
I
5?
thought of, but you were hitting them. Yeah, I had more than that. I was kidding.
I don't believe him.
No, I did.
I'm just kidding.
But it's hard not to write all the same stuff down.
That's true.
Sam, how about you?
Oh, I just wanted to say that I'm glad it was a happy ending, which I don't know if I touched on this.
We have not.
That I was shocked that Nance let her buy Okja back.
Yeah.
Like,
I was very happy about that. That threw me off.
Yeah, I
expected her to be like, nah.
No.
And just
Exactly.
mind fuck you and let her. Yeah.
Well, and especially because it was such a little kid thing to do to, like, kick it across without, like, the verbal agreement, right? So I expected Nance to just, like, take the money and still shoot him.
Yeah.
So I was glad
but she was very business oriented.
That's true.
Which under Lucy, they didn't even rebrand once in 10 years.
Yeah, you would think they would with how off the wall Lucy was.
Yeah, see?
Mm-hmm.
I had that written down. I didn't know when to work it in.
This was a
Because even like large companies like Pepsi, they change their emblem constantly. Not constantly, but they change it.
I mean, it's just, it's supposed to show you're developing with the times and whatnot.
Yeah.
So they're not developing with the time.
They are. But
no,
I get your point.
I just thought it was an interesting little thing I noticed.
Yeah, that was a good point for sure. And then my only other thought was like when we're first introduced to Okja, all the facial expressions that she has, she's like constantly unimpressed by everything. And I just think that's a big mood for me. It goes back to like it's been a week. Like
it's been a what? What type of week?
I was trying not to curse this episode.
I've already dropped a few.
It's been a fucking week. Well, anywho, so her facial expressions in the beginning, like when she's in the woods, like gallivanting around, like she's clearly having a good time, but she's like side-eyeing and constantly unimpressed, and I just thought that was great. It made me happy.
Yeah.
Like, what does she have to be like unimpressed about? Like her life's pretty chill, but anyway, that was all I had.
Okay, and my final question for you two.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be better at their job as an animal keeper for Okja?
Okay.
Jake Gyllenhaal's character as Johnny Wilcox or Joe Exotic?
Jesus Christ.
I was totally expecting you to, like, lob us a good one when you said Jake Gyllenhaal, like, it was going to be somebody, like, clearly would win over, but, like...
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I got no expired Walmart meat.
If you want mine.
Yeah, then let's go.
I would say Jake Gyllenhaal's character before.
Yes.
Before he goes crazy.
And you guys have seen all of Tiger King?
Yes. So spoilers
if you've
not
I
seen
hated
that.
every second of it. I hated every second.
It's just Walmart on TV.
Watched it. It was terrible.
People of Walmart on television.
I would say he would have a good running, Tiger King, if it was before everything went down, because they even allude to the fact in Tiger King that he was actually all passionate about the animals before it all became like
before the
about
drugs
money
got
and
there.
everything pretty much. But at the end of the day, I think the doctor character
would have done better.
Yeah.
I'm an animal lover.
But that is also a character. But
Yeah.
In all reality, Steve Irwin wins.
Oh, duh. And then his son and / daughter.
Yeah.
Both of those two would be up there.
Well, and I would even say that, like, watching the transformation of Jake Gyllenhaal, right, is kind of the same transformation you see with Joe Exotic. So they're basically the same person.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So if you took either of them before they get into shenanigans, then they'd probably be great. But
pretty on par, yeah.
But definitely Steve Irwin.
Yeah, definitely Steve Irwin, but I'd have to go with the Dr. Johnny Wilcox.
You think so?
Well, before it gets crazy.
Yeah.
Well, he was very, like, even up in the mountain, he was kind of fine. It was only once the last, like, thing that made him go crazy was when they wanted to switch him out for Misha.
Mm-hmm.
So if that didn't happen, any time before then, I'd say him.
Okay. I think that's good.
Before then, neither of them.
Yes.
Okja can survive in the wild herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Is that an
I don't
answer?
think she has many predators.
She doesn't have much predators, and she's smart as hell.
Yeah.
And she's got a new friend.
And she's got awesome diving skills.
Epic diving skills.
Somehow.
Lots of good skills.
Very much so. Okay, so Sam, would you flip Okja on?
Hands down, dethrones Blow the Man Down. Okja's my favorite forever and ever and ever and ever until I see something else. But for now, for sure, flipping it on. I would recommend it even though it does have some rough parts that we totally glossed over, so you're welcome for that.
Yeah, I wasn't comfortable.
And I would even say it can be a family film. Like, I know it's rated R, and I know there are parts that it would just be a family film that you would fast forward certain times, or your kids would strategically go get ice cream during certain scenes. But I would think that, like, the whole pursuit of, like, teaching your kids that they should care about animals and stuff is, like, worth it if you can skip past certain film things. So, yeah, definitely flip it on. What about you, Tim?
Yeah, I agree. Flip
Does
it
it
on.
dethrone
All of
Harry?
You know, I was just sitting here debating that with myself with my list here, and that's a toughie.
So yes.
You know, they're
not at all the same.
I think because it's more modern and everything, I'm gonna have to go with Okja.
Done.
I think I
It
have
took
to.
5 episodes. By the way, we made it to 5. That's pretty impressive.
I know.
That is
I wanted to
impressive.
say that in our intro, but I forgot. Wolves.
Yeah, so I think my list currently, it may change, but
I think you're gonna just need to remember top 3.
Yeah.
Okja, Harry, Blow, Anna, and then whatever that weird movie we watched was. That
Foster Troops!
Shall not be named.
That's alright, Bigfoot. I would definitely turn this on.
Okay.
I did have my doubts at first, as I expressed earlier on in the episode, but Bong really brings it in. The CGI goes a little off occasionally, but again, it's a few years old. It's not necessarily the top of the line.
Mm-hmm.
The budget was $50 million, but since it didn't go to theaters, it's not really a bust. It's kind of hard to explain that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked it. It's definitely my number 1.
Nice.
It beat, I guess, Blow the Man Down just because of the singing.
Yeah, because
that was my number. Yeah, I was at the edge of saying no to Blow the Man Down, but the singing really brought that in. I don't even remember what my number 3 was. Was it Anna? It was Anna.
Yeah.
So those are my top 3.
Did you go over the ratings for this one? Did you?
Oh, I forgot to get the ratings.
We'll get them for you the next episode.
Yeah, we'll get them for you later.
We thought about Googling it, but we're lazy.
Yeah, no, that's way too much effort. It's maximum effort.
Okay, but I assume that it did pretty well. By both.
Yeah, it's a Bong film.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's bongers.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to catch on.
Yeah, probably.
Hashtag bongers. So Sam is up. As she tries to compose herself, we're going to get ready to spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Now, Sam is hoping for one of our other 4 that we have not hit yet.
Yes.
Right.
We had wordplay classics before their time and straight to video. Those are the 4 statistically. It has a 1 in 2 chance of getting one we have not gotten. So let's see what we got, Sam. What do we have going on for you? Oh, that was loud. And we got award-winning.
Oh,
it was right on the edge to getting before their time. So close.
Can we please respin this one?
Tim?
Well, isn't this kind of part of it, though? That we just got to kind of roll?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're going to have to stick with award-winning.
There are plenty of award-winning films. I'm just devastated that we have another repeat.
You just have something on your mind that you want to watch, I feel like.
Yeah, she's like, award-winning. I'm just going to put on Parasite.
Oh, no. We've all seen Parasite, and even though I'm sure we can have a lovely conversation about it.
The Host. I don't know if it's award-winning. Look into it.
Maybe Mother
It's been a long
But it's got to also be able to be streamed easily.
Yeah. Which
I feel like it might be. But...
What? No.
Yeah. Well, I'll look into award-winning, and I'll try not to make it a Bong movie again, even though we all love Bong, just to give you guys some variety. Can't make any promises that it won't be like something bongers.
Thank you.
But
it's coming into effect here soon. Bongers.
Hashtag.
Bongers.
We will make sure that you guys know what movie we watch for next week.
Bye.
By Monday or Tuesday. Like,
Catches.
Girls got stuff to do, okay? Like, I'll get it to you when I can.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Yeah. But anywho.
Catch us on.
Yes, this is what I was trying
twits.
to get to. We already said that, but I was going to say where you could listen to us, which is Spotify or Anchor.
Because,
we have the Twitter.
And we release...
The Instagram.
Yeah.
We release episodes on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. Because we've been forgetting to tell you guys that,
But don't worry, Spotify will delay that, so we...
It's usually like 1:30-ish.
Check by 2.
Yeah. So, it's safe to be... If you listen on Spotify, it's safe to check at 2, but, like, technically speaking, you could probably check before then. Anywho, that is semantics that you don't need to know about.
Semantics, like Samantha?
Yeah.
Semantics?
I'm just going to have a whole section of our episode. But no, I'm not. No.
Semantics, everything Sam wants you to know.
Yeah, which will be like...
Coming to a podcast near you.
It'll be the poop scenes in every movie that I want to talk about. I gotta find an award-winning film that has to do with poop, so I can talk about poop again.
All right.
It exists.
It's gotta exist. It's called The Lion King. I'm just kidding. They do talk about poop in The Lion King.
Awards. It did.
The new one.
The new one did not win any awards, was what I was trying to say, that I'm aware of, right? Like, obviously the old one did, but I was pretty sure that they put that one in to win awards, and it did not. People thought it was a National Geographic film.
New one.
Yeah. Anywho, well, thank you for viewing us here on Flipper Flicks, where we watched Okja by Bong.
Yeah.
Bong!
Yeah. Bong. Yeah.
Yeah.